So what's your name?
I'm Jimmy Chrismon.
And what do you do?
I am the director of Spring Awakening.
Okay, so really quick, why Spring Awakening in Rock Hill?
No one else is going to do it if we don't. I love the show, and there's no one in Charlotte doing it, and as soon as the rights came out, I said this needs to be done here because I think there's a message that the community here in Rock Hill needs to see, and I think the show really says it really well.
Awesome. Okay, and what's your concept for this show?
I want people to know that we're not recreating the Broadway show, but we are having enough elements from the original production to keep the diehards happy. But we're keeping it very bare bones. It's a style created by Bertolt Brecht called epic theater, and the actors never leave the stage, and they change clothes in front of the audience, and it's just a way to make the audience always realize that they're watching a production and what meaning they take from it is intended, and for them to take it out into the world and do something with it.
Okay. And for the people that are coming to see this for the first time, what should they be expecting to see?
It's definitely not a children's production. There's some definite adult themes in it. If they are not familiar with the original production but have heard about it, we are taking a lot of staging in a very different direction. It's not as graphic as the original production, and I didn't tone it down because of where we are or where we're producing the show, but I think the story in Spring Awakening can still be told without all that, and it's just as effective, and in fact, I think it's actually a little more effective without a lot of what was originally done. So there's no nudity, there is profanity, there is adult situations, and a lot of adult themes that teens actually deal with present day.
And speaking of teens, what about the parents that might be coming to see the show? What can you say to them?
Come with an open mind, and come willing to talk with your children about the issues that are dealt with in the show. From parental pressure to teen suicide to abortion to sex for the first time to religion to education. I mean, there's a whole run of homosexuality. I mean, there's everything in this show that parents can really use as a tool to have an open dialogue with their children about.
Awesome. And very last question, what are you most excited about with this production? I
am most excited because I call this my artsy show of the year. With Avenue Q and Hairspray, you've got to do those pretty traditionally because everyone has a really high expectation of it. But this one I get to have a little more fun with, so I'm getting to be a little more creative, and this one kind of forces me to think a little bit more. So I'm excited to see what the audience reaction to it will be.
Awesome. Thank you, Jimmy.
Thank you.
Say bye to the camera.
Bye, camera.